Hello, students. Today we will start 1.3 The Cop and the Anthem, a beautiful story by O. Henry. Before that, there are some icebreakers on page number 27. Very simple icebreakers there are, so you can solve it on your own. But some of them let us discuss ways to protect from the cold climate. So, how will you protect yourself from the cold climate by wearing the warm clothes like sweaters, scarf, etc. You will wear shoes and socks to protect yourself. You will sit near fire. You will prefer to not to go outside your house. You will sit in your house to protect yourself. The second one, when you see a cop approaching, you feel either relieved or scared. Discuss with your partner the situation when you feel relieved or scared. So one is given. So when you feel relieved, if you have not done anything, or if you are in danger and you saw the cop, it means that at that time you will feel relieved. Definitely the one, for example, you are walking alone in a dark street. So at that time, if you saw the cop, you would feel definitely feel relieved. Okay. And the other two you can write. If, for example, if you are traveling alone in the train and there is no one in the train, okay, and you saw police, there is no one in the train, definitely at that time you will feel relieved. One more situation you can write. If you are you feel that someone is following you from a long distance and suddenly you see the police, at that time also you will feel relieved. And when you will feel scared, if you have broken some rule, traffic rule for example, you will feel scared. If you are traveling without ticket, you will scared. Okay, you are riding a bike without a valid driving license, you will scared. And you see the police, you will scared. In train tickets, so I was not actually their police, but their TC comes. Okay, so you can write different example for that. If you have not wore the helmet, or you have broken the signal at that time, and if you see the police, then you will definitely feel relieved, sorry, scared, that police will catch you. And if you have beaten someone, or if you are beating someone and the police comes there, at that time also you will feel scared. So next activity is to discuss some of the motivating things that can change a person in the life. So one is given listening to an inspiring speech. Yes, definitely. When you listen to the inspiring speech, you get motivated. See, there are so many motivational talks which are on available on the YouTube, etc. So whenever we listen to them, we definitely feel motivated and relaxed and energetic. And the people who are handicapped, the people who have struggled a lot in their life, and when they share their experience with you in their talks, such talks are really very motivated for us. And more you can write. When you meet a person, okay, when you meet a person who is really giving inspiration, he is an idol, like fighting, struggling in his life. When you meet such persons in your life, definitely you feel motivated when you listen to their interview, etc. When you sometimes you also get motivated when you see a particular some types of movies. Okay, many movies are there which when we see them, we feel motivated. Yes, we are so deeply impacted due to that, those movies, historical movies maybe, or the movies like Three Idiots, etc. These movies really doing a very much impact on us, motivating on us. So let us read something about O. Henry. He's born in 1862, died in 1910. William Sidney Porter is his real name. He's an American writer, and his pen name is O. Henry. Pen name means uh, for to write to for writing stories or for writing purpose. Some writers take some writers take fake name, means pet name, small name, that is pen name. So he was born. He was a voracious reader since childhood, and he started humorous weekly, The Rolling Stone, and when the venture failed, he joined the Hudson Post as a reporter. The story The Cop and the Anthem is one of O. Henry's well known stories. To describe his style of writing, people have often used the term smile with tears, which implies his twisted way of thoughts and endings in almost very endings in almost very story. So, in this story, the main character Soapy is a vagabond and a person with criminal background. He makes different plans to re-enter the prison as he has no shelter to protect himself from the severe winter. The story ends in an unexpected way. O. Henry has depicted Soapy's futile attempts to get arrested in a very humorous way. The Cop and the Anthem is about freedom and confinement. There is freedom from miseries and worries, and confinement means prison. Okay, the notes of Anthem transform him from within, and he resolves to work hard. Soapy faces the irony of fate as the moment he realizes the real freedom lies in a virtuous life, he is taken into confinement. So, a very beautiful story. Central character is Soapy. A vagabond means a person um, who doesn't have a family, who doesn't have shelter. Okay, he's just wandering from place to place, doing small crimes to fulfill his basic needs to survive himself. He's not doing any work. Okay, he has the criminal background, and so where the winter season is going to start, and it is very hard for him to live without house on the pavement, to live on the pavement, to live on the road. He cannot survive because there is the atmosphere, there is a very cold temperature, snowfall is there, the temperature goes beyond 0 degrees Celsius. So he he doesn't have any solution, he doesn't have a house. So he decides to get arrested so that he will be arrested and he will be put into the jail, that is in the prison. तो उसको घर नहीं है इसलिए वो प्रिजन में रहेगा 2 या 3 महीने. Okay, so he wants to do that crime that will so that the police will arrest him for 2 to 3 months, so that he can cut his winter in this way without doing any work, without doing any trouble. He can get the house also, he can get the food also. So let us read this beautiful story, The Cop and the Anthem, page number 28. Sophie left his bench and strolled out of the square and across the level sea of asphalt where Broadway and Fifth Avenue flow together. Up Broadway he turned and stopped at a luxurious cafe. Sophie had confidence in himself from the lowest button of his vest upward. He was shaven, and his coat was trim, and his neat black bow had been presented to him by a lady missionary on Thanksgiving Day. If only he could reach a table in the restaurant unsuspected, success would be his. The portion of him that would show above the table would raise no doubt in the waiter's mind. A roasted mallard duck, thought Sophie, would be about the thing with a bottle of wine and then some cheese, a cup of coffee, and a cigar. $1 for the cigar would be enough. The total would not be so high as to call forth any extreme of revenge from the cafe management. And yet the meat would leave him filled and happy for the journey to his winter island. So the Sophie is doing the first attempt to get arrested. So for that purpose, he want to enter in a rich and very high standard cafe, a very rich cafe. So if he wants the entry, he should look like he should be well dressed, um, and so that he would not be there would not be any obstacles. But what happened? Actually, the above portion, the portion which is visible from the table, that portion is okay for him because he's shaven. Yeah, he has got a bow, not tie, but a bow which is attached with the shirt. So his shirt is also trim. He has got the bow, and his hair is also neat and black. So that means combed, so that के ऊपर से लगेगा जब टेबल पे बैठेगा वो, तो ठीक है, ये कोई रिच आदमी है, ये पे कर सकता है कैफ़े में. सो नो वन वुड रेज एनी डाउट. लेकिन उसको अंदर जाना है, सिर्फ एंट्री किया, टेबल पे बैठा, देन देर इज़ नो प्रॉब्लम. सो ही हैड डिसाइडेड क्या करना है, अंदर कैसे जाना है, वेटर का आँख चुरा कर अंदर जाना है, एंड देन व्हाट ऑर्डर ही वांट्स टू गिव, व्हाट उसकी ड्रीम ऑर्डर होगा, कौन से ऑर्डर देना है, ये भी उसने फिक्स किया है. दैट अ मलाड डक, रोस्टेड मलाड डक, अ बॉटल ऑफ वाइन, अ चीज़ एंड अ कप ऑफ कॉफ़ी एंड सिगार. सो दिस ऑर्डर देना है. ये ऑर्डर देने के बाद क्या होगा? व्हेन ही वुड नॉट बी एबल टू पे, ही वुड हैव ओनली $1 for a cigar. Then what happened? The police will come and he will be arrested, and he will go in his winter island. His winter island means the prison. Okay, the prison is called as a winter island that can satisfy his shelters and food's need. ओके. और मस्त पेट भर के मलाड खा के खा के वो आराम से जाएगा जेल के अंदर. सो ही हैज़ दैट प्लान. ये प्लानिंग है उसकी. तो देखते क्या होता है. बट एज सोपी सेट फुट इनसाइड द रेस्टोरेंट डोर, द हेड वेटर्स आई फेल अपॉन हिज tattered trousers and decadent shoes. Strong and ready hands turned him about and conveyed him in silence and haste to the sidewalk, and averted the ignoble fate of the Menan's Mallard. So once means the time when he was about to enter in the cafe, at the same time head waiter, जो हेड वेटर था, उसी ने उसको देखा. उसकी नज़र कहाँ पे गिरी? उसके trousers पे, tattered, which was tattered, means which was old and worn out, and decadent shoes, sorry, old, it was old trousers, shoes were decadent, means torn out. ये देखा उसने कि द हेड वेटर को समझ में आ गया कि ये कोई gentleman नहीं, he is not a gentleman, he is not a rich person, and he just want to enter in the cafe. So he caught him and he conveyed him, means he told him not to enter, and he just turned him out of the cafe. So he felt very bad at that time. Sophie felt very bad. Ignoble fate था वो. Ignoble means what यहाँ पे दिया है देखो, dishonorable. So कोई आपको कहीं से निकाल देता है, definitely it is insulting, it is not good, it is harming to our honor. लेकिन सोफी को ये एक्सपीरियंस आ गया, उसको बुरा भी लगा है, वो बाहर गया, चलो उसको बाहर निकाल दिया. सोफी टर्न ऑफ ब्रॉडवे से दूसरा रास्ता पकड़ लिया उसने. इट सीम दैट हिज रूट टू द कवर्टेड आइलैंड वॉज नॉट टू बी एन ईजी वन. कोवर्टेड मतलब मोस्ट डिज़ायर्ड, जो थिंग हमको चाहिए रहती है, दैट इज़ मोस्ट डिज़ायर्ड. कोवर्टेड मतलब, तो कोवर्टेड आइलैंड, विंटर आइलैंड, ये किसको रेफ़र किया है? प्रिजन को, जेल को। और एक वर्ड आया देखो यहाँ पे, सम अदर वे ऑफ एंटरिंग द लिम्बो मस्ट बी डिवाइज्ड। लिम्बो मतलब भी क्या, प्रिजन। तो कुछ नया आइडिया निकालना पड़ेगा so that he could enter in the jail. So Sophie was thinking. At a corner of 6th Avenue, electric lights and cunningly displayed wares behind plate glass made a shop window attractive. Sophie took a stone and dashed it through the glass. People came running round the corner, a policeman in the lead. Soapy stood still with his hands in his pockets and smiled at the sight of brass buttons. सोपी ने क्या किया, फिर रास्ते के ऊपर पत्थर था, पत्थर उठाया। एक बहुत ही अच्छी शॉप थी, उसका कांच का ग्लास था, बाहर से कांच का पूरा ये था, डोर जैसा, मतलब पूरा वॉल, which where the things were displayed. It was very attractive ग्लास विंडो। उसने पत्थर उठाया और फेंका ग्लास की तरफ। सो जोर से आवाज़ आई ग्लास टूटने की, वो पूरा कांच टूटने की। सो पीपल केम रनिंग, पुलिसमैन ऑल्सो केम देयर। पुलिसमैन भी दौड़ के चला आया, और पुलिसमैन के ब्रास बटन्स देखकर सोफी हंसने लगा, स्माइल करने लगा, चलो हमारा काम हो गया। येस, द पुलिस हैव कम एंड सो नाउ आई विल बी अरेस्टेड बाय हिम। तो सोपी शांत से खड़ा रहा, स्टूड स्टिल विथ हिज हैंड इन हिज पॉकेट्स, हाथ पॉकेट के अंदर, और हंस स्माइलिंग करते हुए। तो पुलिस ने उसको पकड़ा क्या, नहीं। देखो, वेयर इज द मैन दैट डन दैट, इंक्वायर द ऑफिसर एगेटेडली। बहुत गुस्से में से होकर ऑफिसर ने पूछा उसको, किसने ये किया, ये कहाँ गया, वो आदमी कहाँ गया। Don't you think that I might have had something to do it with it? said Sophie. सोपी ने उसको कहा कि आपको लगता नहीं कि इसका कुछ लेना देना है मेरे साथ, कि मैंने ही पत्थर उठा के फेंका है। With a friendly voice as one greets good fortune. हंसते हंसते बोलता है सोपी, और बहुत खुश होकर बोल रहा है। The policeman refused to accept Sophie even as a clue. तो पुलिसमैन ने मतलब उन्होंने ही डिड नॉट ट्रस्ट दैट द पर्सन कैन दिस पर्सन और सोपी कुड हैव डन दिस। मेन हु स्मैश विंडोज डू नॉट रिमेन टू चैट विद द पुलिस। और पुलिस का भी करेक्ट है ना, क्योंकि अगर वो सच में फेंकता, जो आदमी फेंकता है पत्थर, वो पहले भागेगा, दौड़ेगा, ना कि पुलिस के साथ बातें करेगा। They take to their heels. Yes. Take to their heels means they will run away. The policeman saw a man halfway down the block running to catch a car. With drawn club, he joined in the pursuit. Sophie, with disgust in his heart, drifted along twice unsuccessful. दूर कहीं पे टैक्सी पकड़ने के लिए कोई तो दौड़ रहा था टैक्सी के पीछे। पुलिस ने सोचा यही है जिसने किया है, और दौड़ रहा है। Police also started to follow him. He also started to run behind him. तो ये सेकेंड अटेम्प्ट भी उसका, सोपी का, अनसक्सेसफुल रहा, कि उसको लगा चलो ये पत्थर फेंकने के बाद तो पुलिस अरेस्ट करेंगे, नहीं, लेकिन ये नहीं हुआ। On the opposite side of the street was a restaurant of no great pretensions. It catered to means help, give service to large appetites and modest pursuits. Its crockery and atmosphere were thick, its soup and napery thin. So it was a simple restaurant, very simple restaurant, but it was very famous for its delicious tasty dishes. Large appetites मतलब जो खाने के means the people who really enjoy the food or enjoy the taste. Some special things get at a some simple restaurants, simple hotels also. कुछ मतलब जब बहुत ज़्यादा टेस्टी खाने के लिए बहुत ज़्यादा 3 स्टार 5 स्टार होटल में जाना चाहिए, ऐसी बात नहीं है कि नहीं। सिंपल से छोटे से होटल में भी बहुत डिलीशियस खाना मिल सकता है। सो कैटर टू लार्ज एपेटाइज मीन्स कि बहुत जो खाने के शौकीन होते हैं उनको वो सर्व करता है। कैटर टू सर्व करता है, एपेटाइज एपेटाइट्स, जो खाने के शौकीन हैं। Its crockery and atmosphere were thick, its soup and nappary thin. Into this place Soapy betook himself without challenge. यहाँ पे तो सोपी आराम से एंटर कर सकता है विदाउट एनी चैलेंज। वो अंदर गया। एट अ टेबल ही सैट एंड कंज्यूम्ड बीफ स्टेक, फ्लैपजैक्स, डोनट्स एंड पाई। तो वहाँ पे भी उसने बहुत सारे खाना मंगवाया उसने और खा लिया। Okay, donuts and pie and what not. And then he told the waiter the fact that the minutest coin and himself were total stranger. उसने वेटर को बड़ी पोलाइटली बोला कि छोटा सा भी कॉइन और मेरा कुछ भी नाता नहीं है, मैं जानता ही नहीं हूँ किसी कॉइन को। इट मीन्स दैट आई डोंट हैव एनी मनी। Now get busy and call a cop, said Soapy, and don't keep a gentleman waiting. सोपी उसको ऑर्डर देता है, चलो अभी काम पे लग जाओ और पुलिस को बुलाओ और मेरे जैसे जेंटलमैन को ज़्यादा रुकाओ मत। डोंट कीप अ जेंटलमैन वेटिंग। No cop for you, said the waiter, with a voice like butter cakes and an eye like the cherry in the Manhattan cocktail. He gone neatly upon his left ear on the calcareous pavement. Two waiters pitched Sophie, pitch मतलब फेंक देना। बाहर खड़े हुए दोनों अंदर आ गए, उनको लेकर सोपी को लेकर उठाकर उन्होंने पेवमेंट के ऊपर फेंक दिया, मतलब धक्का मारकर निकाल दिया। He arose joint by joint as a carpenter's rule opens and dusted his clothes. Arrest seemed now but an elusive dream. The island seemed very far away. A policeman who stood before a drugstore 2 doors away laughed and walked down the street. बहुत ही बुरा हुआ। Third attempt was also unsuccessful. Sophie thought that now it is very impossible for me to enter in the prison. Elusive मतलब डिफ़िकल्ट होने लगा वो उसका ड्रीम। इट स्टार्टेड टू बिकम वेरी डिफ़िकल्ट। पुलिसमैन सामने था लेकिन उसके ऊपर हंस रहा था। द पुलिसमैन वॉज लाफिंग एट हिम बट नॉट अरेस्टिंग हिम, so he was feeling very worried at that time. Soapy was seized with a sudden fear that some dreadful enchantment had endeared him immune to arrest. अरे बहुत कुछ बुरा होने वाला है कि मैं कभी अरेस्ट ही नहीं होने वाला, ऐसा सोपी को बहुत ही चिंता होने लगी। He was in a state of panic, and when he came upon another policeman laughing grandly in front of a glittering theatre, he caught at the immediate straw of disorderly conduct. एक दूसरा पुलिसमैन उसको दिखा that he was longing grandly in front of a glittering theatre. एक थिएटर के सामने वो आ रहा था, मतलब चल रहा था। एट दैट टाइम उसको सडन आइडिया आया और एक अटेम्प्ट का, चलो अरेस्ट का होना है ना, तो क्या करेंगे, डिसऑर्डरली कंडक्ट मीन्स मिसबिहेवियर, लाइक कंडक्ट मतलब बिहेवियर, डिसऑर्डरली मीन्स विच इज़ नॉट गुड, बैड बिहेवियर करेंगे, कुछ मिसबिहेवियर करेंगे और पुलिस, so that the police would arrest him. On the sidewalk, Soapy began to yell drunken gibberish at the top of his harsh voice. He danced, howled, revved, and otherwise disturbed the skies. The policeman merely twirled his club, turned his back to Soapy, and remarked to a citizen, "It is one of them yell lads celebrating the goose egg they give to the Hadford College. Noisy, but no harm. We have instructions to let them be." तो रास्ते के ऊपर सोपी ने मिसबिहेव करने का सोचा और व्हाट ही स्टार्टेड एक्टिंग लाइक अ ड्रंकन पर्सन एंड shouting, screaming and talking loudly and dancing and behaving like whatever way or drunken person, as a drunken person, so that the police would see him and he would arrest. But what happened, instead of that, the policeman turned his back, उसने neglect किया, the policeman neglected him and told the other citizen, दूसरा एक citizen था वहाँ पे खड़ा, उनको पुलिस कहता है कि वी हैव गॉट ऑर्डर्स दैट नॉट टू अरेस्ट सच पीपल. These people are from university, some college youngsters, and they are celebrating some festival, and so they are shouting and making noise, but they are not harmful. कि वो हार्मफुल नहीं है तो उनको अरेस्ट नहीं करना है, ऐसा हमको ऑर्डर मिला है, ऐसा पुलिस बोलता है और वापस उसको अरेस्ट नहीं करता है. तो ये हो गया उसका फोर्थ अटेम्प्ट विच वॉज ऑल्सो अनसक्सेसफुल. फर्स्ट वन था कैफ़े में एंट्री करना, वो नहीं हुआ. सेकेंड वन था when he threw a stone on the glass, at that time also police did not arrest him. Third one tha when he entered in the cafe, small hotel, like he enjoyed the food, but the waiter did not, instead of calling police, they threw him on the road. And this was the fourth one, which was misbehavior on the road, but still police did not arrest. Disconsolate, Soapy stopped on unraveling racket. Would never a policeman lay hands on him? अरे कभी भी नहीं पकड़ा जाऊंगा क्या मैं? In his fancy, the island seemed an unattainable Arcadia. Unattainable मतलब जब कभी जहाँ पे कहीं हम पहुँच ही नहीं सकेंगे, ऐसा है. Arcadia is a place actually in the Greece or somewhere. It is on the top of the mountain and it is very like a heaven. It is always compared with a heaven. तो उसके लिए अनअटेनेबल आर्केडिया क्या था? आर्केडिया यहाँ पे उसके लिए प्रिजन था. ओके, प्रिजन था उसके लिए, हेवन था, आर्केडिया था. कि उसको लगा अरे मैं कभी तो अरेस्ट हो पाऊंगा या नहीं, कभी तो मैं वहाँ में जा पाऊंगा या नहीं. ही बटन हिज थिन कोट अगेंस्ट द चिलिंग विंड. जो ड्रंकन के एक्टिंग के लिए उसने शर्ट के बटन्स खोले थे उसको वापस लगाया. चिलिंग विंड मतलब अभी ठंड बढ़ने लगी थी. In a cigar store, he saw a well-dressed man lighting a cigar at the swinging light. He had set his silk umbrella by the door on entering. Soapy stepped inside, grabbed the umbrella, and sauntered off with it slowly. The man at the cigar light followed hastily. तो वापस उसने ट्राई किया. एक सिगार शॉप था, वहाँ पे एक जेंटलमैन था, वो सिगार लाइट कर रहा था और उसकी जो छाता थी उसका अम्ब्रेला बाहर था, सिगार शॉप के बाहर. सोपी ने क्या सोपी उसने वो अम्ब्रेला उठा लिया. ओके, ही टुक द अम्ब्रेला एंड स्टार्टेड टू वॉक. तो जल्दी जल्दी से जिसका अम्ब्रेला था वो वापस उसके पीछे पीछे आया. माई अम्ब्रेला, ही सेड स्टर्नली. ओह, इज इट? स्नीयर्ड सोपी, एडिंग इंसल्ट टू पेटी larceny. Well, why don't you call a policeman? I took it, your umbrella. Why don't you call a cop? There stands one in the corner. The umbrella owner slowed his steps. Soapy did likewise. सोपी ने बड़ी गुस्से में कहा, तेरा अम्ब्रेला है क्या? तो ठीक है ना, बुला पुलिस को बुला. सोपी को तो यही चाहिए था ना, बुला पुलिस को और मुझे अरेस्ट करने को बोल. जब सोपी ने ऐसा